everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about molecular structure and theories of bonding. In this, the important thing is how the atomic orbitals are get combined and the formation of molecular orbitals are possible. In order to explain the combination of atomic orbital to give molecular orbitals, here we are going to discuss about two important postulates. One is postulates of molecular orbital theory, and the second is linear combination of atomic orbitals. These two topics we are going to discuss in this session. First of all, let us go with silent features of molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory is the advanced method. So it mainly follows the quantum mechanical parameters in order to fill the electrons in the molecular orbitals by the combination of atomic orbitals. Now let us discuss how the molecular orbitals are formed, what are the conditions for the formation, how many type of molecular orbitals are generated, and what are the applications of molecular orbital theory. So in this, the postulates are nuclei of two atoms where when interacting, then resulting in the formation of equal number of molecular orbitals. If we are combining two atomic orbitals, and two molecular orbital formation is possible. Each molecular orbital is described by wave function. The psi represents amplitude of the wave. The psi is the measure for the molecular orbital wave function. Psi have less meaning because sometimes psi may be positive and negative. In order to avoid the type of ambiguity, here more meaningful term is introduced, that is psi square. Psi square is nothing but electron density or probability density. Molecular orbital is represented by this psi square. So molecular orbital is nothing but finding of electron maximum probability, that is nothing but probability density. Psi is associated with four quantum numbers here. Four quantum numbers are important to fill the electrons in this molecular orbital. And here the important governing principles for this molecular orbital diagram are: one is Haber principle, second is Pauli's exclusion principle, third is Hund's rule. Let us go one by one. Haber principle is nothing but orbitals of molecules are filled according to their increasing energy level. Just like atomic orbitals, how atomic orbitals are filled in increasing level as described in the Euler's diagram. In the similar manner, molecular orbital filling is also possible. First sigma 1s orbital, followed by sigma star 1s, followed by sigma 2s, sigma star 2s. So this is about the representation of filling of atomic orbitals according to Euler diagram. In the same way, molecular orbital filling is also possible in their increasing energy level. This is about Haber principle. And next is Pauli's exclusion principle. Pauli's exclusion principle states that no two electrons of the atom have same set of four quantum numbers. If we take any two electrons, each one electron contains unique four quantum number values. Even though three quantum number values are matching, fourth quantum number will be varied. That's why four quantum numbers will not be exactly equal for any two electrons. This is called Pauli's exclusion principle. When we apply this principle to 2p3 orbital, where principal quantum number is given by 2, and p orbital, this is given by azimuthal quantum number, that L is equal to 0 means s orbital, L is equal to 1 means p orbital. That's why here 1 we indicated it is the p orbital. If L value is 1, then magnetic quantum number M values are ranges from -L to +L including 0. That's why M value becomes -1, 0 and +1. When we are taking spin quantum number, these three electrons are moving in clockwise rotation. That's why indicated with +12. This is about four set of quantum numbers. So these are not exactly matching with any one of the electron. If you are taking first electron in this 2p orbital, its magnetic quantum number is 1. Second electron, its magnetic quantum number is 0. That's why both are different. So four different quantum numbers will be there. There is no exact relation, exact four set of quantum numbers for any two electrons. This is called Pauli's exclusion principle. we explained with the simple example 2p3 configuration. And the next is about Hund's rule. Hund's rule states that in degenerated orbitals, electrons filling is possible. So each orbital should be occupied by each electron, then only pairing of electrons are possible. When we are taking this example 2p2, p orbital, 3 p orbitals are degenerated, and when two electrons are there, filling should be in 2px followed by 2py, but not two electrons in 2px only. This is the violation of Hund's rule. This is with accordance to Hund's rule. That's the reason why Hund's rule states that pairing of electrons are not possible until each orbital is occupied by each electron. So these three principles are fundamental to fill the molecular orbitals, just like filling of atomic orbitals. And next is about linear combination of atomic orbitals, so which is simply indicated as LCAO method. LCAO method states that in order to form the molecular orbitals, atomic orbitals are combined on the same axis in the linear fashion. One of the LCAO initial assumption is that number of molecular orbitals is equal to number of atomic orbitals combined for the formation. Essentially, n number of atomic orbitals when combined, n number of molecular orbitals are generated. Here are the postulates of linear combination of atomic orbitals. When two atomic orbitals of comparable energy are coming closer to each other, then only formation of molecular orbitals are formed. When we consider 1s orbital of one atom, same 1s orbital of second atom when combined, both have comparable or similar energy, so that molecular orbitals are generated. So one is 1s, second is 3d, there is no combination and there is no formation of bond. So that's the reason why orbitals of comparable energy when combined, then only molecular orbitals are generated. And second is about, according to wave mechanics, wave function is the amplitude of the wave. Here, quantum mechanic principles are applied in the formation of molecular orbitals, which is represented by psi. Psi is nothing but amplitude of the wave. Psi square is nothing but probability density or electron density. Psi orbitals, or psi represents the atomic orbitals. So psi bonding or molecular orbital is generated by addition or constructive interface. Psi A is nothing but atomic orbital of one atom, atomic orbital of second atom are combining in the addition manner, so that bonding molecular orbital is generated. Anti-bonding molecular orbitals are formed by subtractive or destructive interface. So destructive interface is possible so when two opposite signs are combining where nodal plane is generated. So two kind of interference between the atomic orbitals are possible. Same sign are combining, maximum extent of overlapping leads to bonding molecular orbital, and subtractive or destructive interface where opposite signs of orbitals are combined and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are generated. Here we have three important conditions for the formation of molecular orbitals according to LCAO method. One is combining atomic orbitals contains comparable energies. Energy should be comparable, then only molecular orbitals are formed. Otherwise, there is no overlapping, there is no formation of molecular orbitals. Orbitals must overlap one another as much as possible. Maximum extent of overlapping, maximum the stability of the bond. Symmetry should be similar, then only combination will leads to the molecular orbital formation. Similar symmetry elements are orbitals when combined, then only formation of molecular orbitals are possible. Then let us discuss about bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Bonding molecular orbitals are formed by addition or constructive interface where energy of these orbitals are extremely low and high electron density because of maximum extent of overlapping, and these orbitals are highly stable in nature. Bonding molecular orbitals having same sign or containing atomic orbitals, when combined, then only molecular orbitals are formed. Bonding is given by psi A plus psi B, which already discussed just now. And second is about characteristics of antibonding molecular orbitals, which are formed by subtractive or destructive interface. These are highly energetic in nature because of high repulsions, and low electron density will be there, and instability of the molecule is possible because of high energy. And antibonding molecular orbitals always leads to nodal plane, and atomic orbitals of opposite sign when combined, and these orbitals are generated. These are represented by psi A minus psi B, which is the subtractive interface. And this is about the combination. When s orbital of one at hydrogen, s orbital of second hydrogen combined, both positive lobes combined, bonding molecular orbital is generated. Whereas plus lobe when combines with minus lobe, there is a possibility of anti-bonding interaction and one nodal plane is generated. This is about the constructive interface between two atomic orbitals, and formation of two bonding molecular orbital is possible when opposite lobes, here yellow color and here opposite sign lobe when combined. Then what happens that nodal plane generation is possible. This is called anti-bonding molecular orbital, which are simply represented here. Which are simply represented here. In case of this p orbitals, we have another type of interaction which is called lateral interaction. This is called axial interface, nothing but on the same axis atomic orbitals are combining. In the second case, p orbitals get combined in the lateral overlapping above and below of the plane, so that bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are generated. These are called pi molecular orbitals. This axial overlapping always leads to sigma bond formation, whereas lateral overlapping always leads to the formation of pi bond formation. Applications of molecular orbital theory. Molecular orbital theory is mainly used to determine molecular structure, how atomic orbitals are combined and how molecular orbitals are generated. That molecular structure is given by this molecular orbital theory. Then it is mainly applied to diatomic atoms. In case of band theory, we are applying to n number of atoms also. If bond order is 0, that implies that that molecule is not practically existed. So this is another fundamental thing we can identify whether molecule formation is feasible or not feasible, which is easily identified by using this molecular orbital theory. One can find other properties such as orbitals from it. How orbitals are derived, molecular orbitals derived from this can be identified by using molecular orbital theory. Magnetic properties, it is the important application of molecular orbital theory. Whether the compound formed or molecule formed is diamagnetic or paramagnetic can be easily identified. If it is diamagnetic, there is no unpaired electrons in valency shell. All the electrons get paired, then it becomes diamagnetic. If any odd electron is there in the valency shell, that becomes paramagnetic. Nitrogen is the best example for diamagnetic. Oxygen is the best example for paramagnetic in nature. Molecular orbital theory is also useful for the determination of bond order. Bond order is calculated as by taking formula half into number of electrons residing in bonding molecular orbital minus number of electrons residing in anti-bonding molecular orbital. By using this, we can calculate bond order. Bond order is nothing but number of bonds present between two atoms. So this is about postulates of molecular orbital theory and postulates of linear combination of atomic orbitals, nothing but LCAO method. In both the method are used to determine how atomic orbitals are combined and formation of molecular orbitals are possible, and what are the important conditions for the formation of molecular orbitals. Thank you.